Hello YouTube, today we're going to talk about fixing some loose cabinet door hinges. I have the best way to fix it and also some other ways that some people may have fixed them in the past that are just temporary band-aids that are quite honestly unprofessional. So let's talk about it. Right now I'm in the garage and all of my cabinets inside the house and the kitchen are all great. But this one happens to be loose and I thought it was a great time for a video. So let's get closer. If we look, we've got the screws are just turning and turning and turning, and they're not grabbing anymore, and then they just come loose. So obviously we're stripped on the inside, right? And if we're stripped on the inside, then these screws will not work in its current situation. So I'm going to pull them out, and the next thing we want to look at is oftentimes these cabinets are going to be particle board, and that creates a strip situation much easier or much faster than if it were solid plywood. All right. So if it were solid plywood, you've got an option of, in my opinion, of putting larger screws in to take up the thicker gap that you've got now. But if you do that, then the problem you'll have is the screws may not match the rest of the cabinet if you care about that. Okay. Some people will put matchsticks in there and break it off. That is not the right way to do it. That's BS, temporary fix, and it's not the right way to do it. Plus, if you're putting the matchstick on the one side, if you're putting it in the hole, the screw is going to go left or right or up or down depending on where that matchstick is, and now the screw's not centered in that hole anymore. So the matchstick situation is, or the repair fix is not the way to do it. Just filling it with wood glue is also not the way to do it. It might feel tighter for a little while, but that's not the right fix. So the way we're going to fix this is we're going to get ourselves some 1/4 inch dowels. Okay, and you can get at your local home improvement store. And this is the general size. It's like 1 inch that it comes in. And if you don't have 1 inch worth of meat back here to put this into, then you can cut these in half, right? So we've got these 1 inch dowels, and then we're also going to use a 1/4 inch wide, 1 inch long dowels, and we're also going to use this 1/4 inch drill bit so it matches. And I've got the tape here. I've already marked it, and it's not exact. I gave myself a little bit of extra room so that way the thing can be fully seated inside the hole. What I do not want is any bit of it sticking out, because the hinge needs to sit flush here, right? So you can drill it a little bit deeper, and then after we drill both holes, we're going to put some glue. We're going to hammer it in. We're going to let it sit for 15 minutes or so, and then we're going to pilot new holes. So just watch how this works. You want to go in as the original hole and as straight as possible. It's a little dirty around there, meaning we got some wood shavings. Take it off. You can use a razor blade if you need to. So now we're going to take this 1/4 inch dowel, and I've got some Titebond wood glue, which I like. Sometimes the stuff gets stuck, but it's coming right out. And I usually just I glob it on the tip, and then I hammer it in, and it takes it in all the way for me. Okay. So, and we're dripping. Right? Hammer it in. And I've got this ball peen hammer because now I could seat it in. And if it's cabinets that you really care about, unlike these in my garage, then you can use a damp paper towel with warm water and takes the glue right off. Okay, so we're gonna let this sit for, like I said, about 15-20 minutes. I want it to dry because when we pre-drill, we don't want, and we start putting the screws in there, we don't want that dowel to spin. All right, so gonna check back in just a couple of minutes. Before I continue, I want to take this time to first ask you if you wouldn't mind giving me that thumbs up if you're finding this to be helpful. And also, I'm trying to hit 100,000 subscribers on the channel. If you wouldn't mind following the channel, there's going to be many more great videos like this anyway. So let's continue here. So this is the size of the screw that was the original screw for this cabinet. Now I pre-selected the drill bit that we're going to use to bore the hole for this. It is much thinner than what this screw is, and that's what I want. And the reason why I want this is I don't want it anywhere close. So for example, the hole that we drilled for the dowel that we put in there was exactly the same size, 1/4 inch versus 1/4 inch, because it needs to be able to get in there. Now for this, the reason why I want it much thinner is because I want that screw to push outward. I want to create that outward pressure on the dowel when it goes through there up against the cabinet to create an even tighter fit. Another thing that I'm going to say is that when it comes to putting these screws in, taking them out, if you're taking a screw out, I guess I'm okay using one of these, but you only want to use handheld screwdrivers when putting these things in. Never use these. Inevitably, you'll have a situation where you go just a little bit too far, and when you go a little bit too far, then you start stripping out the hole again. So now, again, this is about what I want, and you don't have to go all the way in. I'm okay if you only bore, say, 3/4 of the way through, and then let the tip go through the wood and be the borer of the final depth by using the tip alone. So I'm going to put the hinge, and this is going to be the most important part, putting the hinge in the spot where you want it. I'm going to take this Sharpie and make a tiny mark, but we got to make sure it's in the right spot. That's going to be the most important part here, that it is perfectly in the right spot that you want it, because otherwise the door may not close properly. Okay. And sometimes these things are, the drawer is trying to close on you, and if that happens, you could be bending the hinge at the top, so you want to be careful about that. Now I'm standing to the side because I'm trying to capture the video, but you should be standing right in front of it so you know you're going in straight. Let's get one of these screws in here and start the process. Okay, so we just had, all we're doing with that drill bit is just getting it started, right? And it's going in very tight, which is what I want. I'm not going to tighten it all the way yet. I'm going to keep it almost there because we want to make sure we got a little wiggle room before we put the next screw in. Okay, another important thing, do not over tighten. Same thing like I mentioned with the using the cordless drill or screwdriver. If you over tighten, you're just going to strip it out again. So once you feel that resistance, stop. Okay? And go a little bit more. See a little wiggle. Okay. No more wiggle. Now it's set and not over tightened. It really is an easy job. Did not take that long. It took longer to film it than it did to actually do the repair. But that is the right way to do it, using those dowels. And now this part is going to be much stronger than all the rest of them, because you put a nice solid piece of wood in there, especially if the cabinets are made of particle board. This is going to be a much better fix. And if you have any others that come loose in the future, you'll know exactly what to do. Like I said, you can get the little container of those dowels at your local home improvement store and just keep them around in the event that this happens. 1/4 inch is perfect, 1/4 inch bit, and you're ready to go, plus some wood glue. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I do hope you have a great day. Give me that like or thumbs up button. Thanks again. Talk to you later.